Coming up to the stage with Nicole Bade Wyrau is Sharon Bade. A volleyball player, a hockey player, and a rower. Congratulations.
Thank you. Whew. Good evening, everyone. It is such a blessing and an honor to be here tonight with you all. Thank you so much for coming out to support these athletes in this community. And also a big thanks to the Hall of Fame board and Horizons for putting this together tonight. The room is just absolutely beautiful. The last time I was in this room was actually the day of my wedding, and I was marrying my wonderful husband, John, which was about 4 years ago. And now we have our daughter, Claire, who is 2, and a second daughter on the way who's due in January. So I'm extremely large and very comfortable up here, so just please bear with me. We have multiple bets going on if baby number two is going to be another redhead, and I'm not sure if Daddy is ready to handle 3 redheads in the house, but he's going to try. Jokes aside, we are really excited for what this next year is going to bring. So it's quite surreal to be up here tonight and to be honored along with so many athletes and associated with so many other inductees from the past. I think one thing's pretty clear when looking back through my life of athletics is that I truly love sports. That's where my heart lies. I love the competition. I love the strategy, the workouts, the being part of a team where everyone's pushing towards that common goal. I love my teammates, and so many became like family to me. I'll cherish those memories forever. I'd like to give special recognition to my coaches and mentors who helped me along the way, specifically Coach Sharon Bade, Coach Brad Rora, Coach Jim Pettis, and Coach Tim Crawford during my time at Frankenmuth. It takes years of sacrifice and dedication to become the kind of athlete that's deserving of an award like this. But when I talk about sacrifice and dedication, I'm not talking about my own. I'm talking about the sacrifice and dedication of 2 amazing people sitting in this room, Dan and Sharon Bade, my mom and dad. Every time I think back through all of the games, practices, and tournaments, my thoughts continuously come back to my parents. They sacrificed nights, weekends, time with their own friends, time they could have used to work towards their own goals, and instead they dedicated their lives to my brother and I in our athletic endeavors. Some Saturdays we'd have hockey games in the mornings and then volleyball or basketball tournaments in the afternoons. Typical weekdays would consist of practice after school, then homework and homemade dinners in the cars on the way to the next practice. They gave the majority of their time to my brother and I. My dad coached me in soccer, hockey, and basketball growing up, and every Friday morning during the school year, he would take my brother and I to a Fellowship of Christian Athletes breakfast before school. My mom, she coached me in volleyball my whole life, and then also coached me in high school volleyball and track. It was amazing to watch her coach and see how much passion she had for the sport and for seeing her girls succeed. She made me a better player and a better person. Both of my parents were dedicated to helping me become the best I could be, even if that meant practicing with me at home. They made sure that my faith and my grades came first and that I knew that sports were a privilege. They taught this both to me and my brother Luke, who was always there to support me, even when he wasn't off breaking track records at Frankenmuth or at Central. I know there are many things a lot more exciting than watching a rowing race, but Luke would still come and show his support for me, and for that I'm really grateful. Another reason I stand before you today is largely due to the support of my grandma and grandpa Sanders. When I tell you that my grandparents were always there, it's by no means an over-exaggeration. There isn't a single game or major life event that I can remember that they were not a part of. Every game, I knew that if I looked up in the stands, that I would see them supporting me, and no matter if we won or lost, they would be waiting for me to come out of the locker room. So, of course, at 91 years old, my Grandma Sanders is here today to support me once again. And even though we lost my grandpa back in 2014, I know he's still with us here today in this room because he wouldn't miss this for the world. And the final reason why I'm here is because God graciously blessed me with a passion for athletics. I believe God gives us all gifts, and it's our job to try and do our best with what he's given us. There's no way that I walked onto a team in a sport that I'd never played before, attained a full ride within 3 months, and then was promoted to team captain without our Heavenly Father. And when God closes one door in your life, like he did with hockey for me, he typically opens up another. And sometimes that can lead you down a path that wasn't even on your radar. I feel so blessed to have been an NCAA rower and to have become a Big Ten champion as a Michigan State Spartan. In closing, I'm truly humbled by this award, and I'm here today as a product of 2 parents who loved me and let me live out my passions as an athlete, as someone who was deeply supported by her family and was blessed by God with a passion for athletics. Thank you to all my friends and family for being here tonight to support me, and congratulations to the Saginaw County Hall of Fame class of 2022. Thank you.